Hare Krishna, everyone.
Hare Krishna.
So here we are again, zooming it. Zoom, zoom, wow. Zoom, zoom, zing, or whatever it is.
All right. It's Canto 4, chapter 20, text 28.
Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya.
All right.
Oh, mercy. That's the verse?
Yeah.
Shirade Sham.
All right. Verse 28. My dear Lord of the universe, the goddess of fortune, Lakshmi, is the mother of the universe, and yet I think that she may be angry with me because of my intruding upon her service and acting on that very platform to which she is so much attached. Yet I am hopeful that even though there is some misunderstanding, you will take my part, for you are very much inclined to the poor, and you always magnify even insignificant service unto you. Therefore, even though she becomes angry, I think that there is no harm for you because you are so self-sufficient that you can do without her.
Some serious rasa right there, man.
Shocking.
Why is it shocking?
This verse alone, just a verse, because I normally read the verse and the purport, but for me, it's shocking. It's like, I mean, because we were just talking about devotee care and sensitivity and this and that. And I look at it through my consciousness and lenses, and it does not speak of sensitivity or care on any level. And I'm thinking, Prithu Maharaj, you just got your behind handed to you by Lord Indra and Lord Vishnu, told you to back off. And here you are taking away his wife's service and basically saying, anyway, it don't matter, because I assume you're going to be, like, what does he say? She may be angry. Yeah, I'm hopeful that even though there's some misunderstanding, you will take my part. Well, he didn't take your part when Indra came and did what he did. There's, and then it goes on to say, I think there's no harm, even if if she becomes angry, because you're self-sufficient, which is true. Okay, he is self-sufficient. He doesn't need someone massaging his feet. He doesn't need someone feeding him or dressing him, whatever. Because you're so self-sufficient, it says that you can do without her. Yes, but you're missing the point, Prithu Maharaj. She can't do without him. And this is the point, and this is the essence of devotee care, that when people get hurt or when they have service taken away or they feel disconnected, because we can't do without that connection to Krishna, we can't do without that service, whatever it is, even if it's my service to stick the Sunday feast schedule poster on the wall every Monday so people can see it for the rest of the week, what's coming up, and then you take it away because you put a new notice board or someone else does it electronically or whatever. It's going to wait, that was my connection to God, let alone what she does. So yeah, I'll be honest, when I looked at this before, I was quite like, wow. And I was thinking, you haven't learned any lessons. I mean, we could really pull this apart and do some pretty amazing presentation, I feel. Like, have you learned the lesson that you've just gone through as well? And keyword being care, devotee respect and sensitivity. It just doesn't come across like that. And sometimes people are so enthusiastic in their service that it appears like they tread on other devotees to do that service. I personally find that a lot in the DT department, but that's another conversation. But it does come, that whole, and it doesn't feel nice, and it doesn't feel caring. So that's what this verse did for me.
Oh, it's amazing, and I just want to really acknowledge you for for seeing that, extracting that, conveying it and communicating it in such a clear and at the same time with so much feeling and also inspiration to share how yeah, how easy it is to hurt or upset someone um, with your own utsahan or enthusiasm for service, but without being sensitive to the impact or the effect that it's having on someone else. So yeah, I think it's really yeah, really special and incredible how you extracted that out. So I just wanted to acknowledge you for that and thank you. I mean, the thing is that it's really interesting because as I read it, I was thinking what a powerful outpouring of kind of rasa and emotion that he's showing for the Lord. It's kind of like it reminded me of that pastime where Narada Muni, I think it was going around to different people and saying, you know, the Lord has a headache, and he says the only thing that can cure him is the dust of the feet of his devotee, and 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 no one would give it except the gopis. And Narada Muni said, I can't believe you're giving your foot dust to me to give to God to put on his head. And they said, we don't care if we go to hell. But if God's headache is cured because he asked for our foot dust, then it doesn't matter for us. And it's like, you know, it's like that. And that's what I was getting from this is that Prithu Maharaj is so touched by what the Lord has done, how he's done it, that he has become even more endeared to him. He already was endeared to the Lord, obviously, but he's become so much more endeared to him that now he's like, I will basically risk everything. Even I will risk upsetting Lakshmi Devi, who is so dear to you, just to have the opportunity to serve your lotus feet, because that's how much I've become endeared to you. So it's interesting how these things can be seen in different ways. And I'm not saying that the way I'm seeing it is right, because it's so valid the way that you saw it and the way that you expressed that. And I totally get it. Yeah. Anyway, that's my thoughts on it.
Thank you very much.
Oh, okay. That was a lot. Thank you. Sure that wasn't easy. Okay. What's next, mate?
So this is the purport. Can you see it?
Yeah. Is that the whole purport? Nothing but the purport?
No, there's 2 paragraphs split up into 4 slides.
Oh my dear Lord. Okay.
All right, let me
Better
start.
crack on, man. Yes, please.
Mother Lakshmi Ji, the goddess of fortune, is well known for always massaging the lotus feet of Lord Narayan. She's an ideal wife because she takes care of Lord Narayan in every detail. She takes care not only of his lotus feet, but of the household affairs of the Lord as well. She cooks nice foods for him, hands him while he eats.
Yeah.
Smooth sandalwood pulp on his face and sets his bed and sitting places in the right order. Jeepers. In this way, she is always engaged in the service of the Lord. There is hardly any opportunity for any other devotee to intrude upon his daily activities. Prithu Maharaj was therefore almost certain that his intrusion into the service of the goddess of fortune would irritate her and cause her to become angry with him. So first thoughts at this point, and I was thinking of this recently anyway, I just haven't mentioned it to you, but first point quick is like we can see here, Lakshmi Devi is the wife of Lord Vishnu, and so she's going to be there in the home. She's touching his feet, she's massaging and all. Like we hear from Prabhupada that yogis, they meditate for years, like many thousands of years, just to get glimpses of his feet. She's always touching his feet. She cooks for him, all this stuff that's been listed here, which is all very personal and it's intimate. When Lord Vishnu is being Lord Vishnu, as we see him like the creator, the maintainer, the controller, in his form with the four arms, and that is different from when he goes home and his wife's like, hey, have a plate of chili paneer and some naan bread. You've had a big, long day. It's a different rasa, and she gets to see this side. And I was honestly recently thinking, because thanks to the special mercy of the head pujari here, I get to dress Radha Mulida and Gauda Chandra, and I was thinking how intimate this service is, because you take their night clothes off and then you get like a damp cloth and you wipe them down, and then you put their day clothes on, jewelry, you basically dress them how you want as such, but it's very intimate. And like, okay, we don't have kids, but I was thinking that would be the only entities that I would do that for, if that,
Yeah.
that's the only living entities that I would be able to do my kids, not knowing someone else's, address them, bathe them, put them. It's such an intimate thing, for most people. I guess nowadays maybe not so, but most people get dressed behind closed doors. Most people don't allow other people to come in, whatever. My point is that
I get your point, man.
yeah, sorry. My point is that this, what's being said here, that Lakshmi Devi has the like the access to the Lord so intimately, which Prithu Maharaj wants. Prabhupada created that for all of us, because it's only because Srila Prabhupada came and gave us this process of Krishna consciousness and devotional service, and he gave us deities and deity worship. So I don't mean this in a way to upset Lakshmi Devi, because I would like some Lakshmi myself, but I feel like I've got a good deal here, Lakshmi Devi, as well. It's not just you. Like, I feel like I'm just saying that what Prithu Maharaj wants, I do so easily, thanks to the mercy of Prabhupada coming through our guru and the head pujari here and that. But my point is, Prabhupada created this mercy for us. That's my point, that to have this level of intimacy, and that too, not to put down any form of Krishna, but not with Vishnu, but with the Krishna threefold bending form, intimate form, and with Srimati Radharani herself, who is so almost hidden, as it were, and we get to access her as well. So that was just my appreciation of Prabhupada, to be honest with you.
Did you prepare these slides? Did you write down and prepare what you were going to say?
I did not. It's just coming from my heart.
I can feel that, and it's like,
No, I'm not joking.
well, I'm glad, because I didn't laugh. I didn't find anything you said funny. I was going to make a joke. I was going to say you could take a few pages out of Lakshmi Devi's book to look after your own pati.
Yeah, peace, Patty.
She's pati, yeah. Okay. Pati.
Before I go to the next slide, just for the viewers, he was just joking. It's not that he isn't looked after, because when you make, that might sound like you're trying to say
I'll let the viewers know when I'm joking.
No, I just said it.
I know that.
Right, here you go.
Don't make me switch it off. But why should Mother Lakshmi, the mother of the universe, be angry with an insignificant devotee like Prithu Maharaj? All this was not very likely. Yet Prithu Maharaj, just for his personal protection, appealed to the Lord to take his part. Prithu Maharaj was engaged in performing the ordinary Vedic rituals and sacrifices according to karma kanda, or fruitive activities. But the Lord, being so kind and magnanimous, was ready to award Prithu Maharaj the highest perfectional stage of life, namely devotional service. So this is interesting. Also, because I just gave class last night. Which chapter is this? 20, isn't it?
Yeah. Yeah.
And I just gave class last night on the entire chapter 22 of this canto, and about Prithu Maharaj meeting the four Kumaras. And yeah, it's interesting. I haven't quite nailed down, because Prabhupada says slightly different things in different places. He's saying that he's engaged in performing ordinary Vedic rituals and sacrifices. But throughout that chapter, again and again, he mentions how Prithu Maharaj is performing bhakti, how he's giving everything away for the higher purpose of service to the Lord. So that's one thing that is kind of a little bit baffling for me. But yeah, so like that. Anyway, next.
Okay. When a person performs Vedic rituals and sacrifices, he does so to elevate himself to the heavenly planets. No one can become qualified to go back home, back to Godhead, by means of such sacrifices. But the Lord is so kind that he accepts a little insignificant service, and therefore it is stated in the Vishnu Purana that by following the principles of Varnashram Dham, one can satisfy the Supreme Lord. When the Lord is satisfied, the performer of sacrifices is elevated to the platform of devotional service. Prithu Maharaj therefore expected that his insignificant service to the Lord would be accepted by him as being greater than that of Lakshmiji. The goddess of fortune is called Chanchala, restless, because she's very restless and is always coming and going. What stood out here is that when the Lord is satisfied, the performer of sacrifices is elevated to the platform of devotional service. Which is interesting, again, because what is that? I don't know, maybe again, that we can, as we were just saying just before this reading, that we, as soon as we come to this process, we can be connected to the Lord in devotional service. You know, you could walk through the door the first day and someone says, excuse me, can you go and help to wash some pots in the kitchen? You know, yeah. But that's devotional service. You may never come back or whatever, but you did that. And as we know, that remains with us all. Yeah. So interesting that, and it's that mood of one senior devotee says that when someone comes to Krishna's temple, you know, we should see them as a guest of Krishna, deities of their lordships. And as it makes sense that, yeah, because to have that qualification to walk through the door and come to the point of coming in connection with devotional service, or having being exposed to devotional service, is not a small thing. So here they are messing with their horse sacrifices.
Sorry, say again.
Here they are messing with the horse sacrifices and this, and this. But my understanding of this is that devotional service surpasses all these other, well, as we know, you know, yagyas, karma kanda, whatever. It's like, it's right up there. And again, Prabhupada is the one who came to New York, to the Bowery, and gave that for which Prithu Maharaj is seeking, even to the extent of winding up Lakshmi.
Yeah, again, I find this, yeah, he mentions the Vedic rituals and stuff, but then he says, but the Lord is so kind that he accepts a little insignificant service. And therefore, it is stated in the Vishnu Purana that by following the principles of Varnashram Dharma, one can satisfy the Supreme Lord. And when the Lord is satisfied, like you said. So it's sort of like, okay, so he accepts a little insignificant service. And then we can satisfy the Lord by following Varnashram. But we also know that Lord Chaitanya said to Ramananda Roy that, no, this is material. Varnashram is material. That was the first thing that Ramananda Roy said was Varnashram. And he said, no, this is material. And then he kept going on to other things. So, but interesting points. Very good points. The next one.
Okay, this is the final one.
Excuse me. So Prithu Maharaj indicated that even though she might go away out of anger, there would be no harm for Lord Vishnu because he is self-sufficient and can do anything and everything without the help of Lakshmi ji. For example, when Garbhodakshaya Vishnu begot Lord Brahma from his navel, he did not take any help from Lakshmi, who was just sitting by him and massaging his lotus feet. Generally, if a son is to be begotten, the husband impregnates the wife, and in due course of time, the son is born. But in the case of Lord Brahma's birth, Garbhodakshaya Vishnu did not impregnate Lakshmi ji. Being self-sufficient, the Lord begot Brahma from his own navel. Therefore, Prithu Maharaj was confident that even if the goddess of fortune became angry with him, there would be no harm, neither to the Lord nor to himself. Very intriguing.
Yeah.
Very intriguing. Yeah, and I just feel it's all rasa, you know. There's rasa, and then there's, what is it? There's jnana. I think it's gyan and ras. There's like philosophy, and then there's relationships. And sometimes it's not about the philosophy, it's just about the rasa, you know. And it's this whole thing that, you know, it's like Lakshmi's position and Prithu Maharaj's position, and he's ready to usurp her position to serve the Lord, and he's eager, and he understands that it doesn't matter, even if she gets angry with the Lord won't be harmed, you know. He won't be bothered because he's self-sufficient. And yeah, it's just the whole thing. It's like there's a lot of rasa. Oh no, it's not. The other word is tattva. It's rasa and tattva. That's it. Those are the two terms. So yeah, so it's there's tattva in here. There's definitely truth, but a lot of it is also rasic. Yeah, very interesting. Very nice. Thank you. Beautifully put together. I think you can stop sharing the screen now.
Oh, okay.
If you can. If not, don't worry. Oh, there it goes. Perfect. Okay, please forgive me. It's a little later here for me than it is for you, and I'm feeling me out at the moment. No, that means you got energy.
Yeah.
Feeling like an old man.
Okay.
But it's very lovely. I like that. Very nice, very deep. It's beautiful. I love how Prabhupada is just given us so much. You know, we can just read one verse in purport and just, yeah, just be so enthralled in remembering the Lord and his devotees and their relationships. So thank you for putting that together, and thank you for allowing me to be part of this. I know you were going to do it on your own, so I'm glad that I got to butt in.
I already started, but I stopped it.
Oh. All right. Thank you all very much. Hare Krishna. Grantura Srimad Bhagavatam Ki Jai. Anantakuri Vaishnava Vrinda Ki Jai.